Have you guys ever heard of architecture?
Never.
As a concept?
I've never heard of that shit ever.
I believe
Alyssa
Apple
preach.
has ruined design in many ways. When I go to New York City, which is an older city, and you look at some of these cathedrals. Look at some of these. Okay, so
Which
I'm
is
not
an
able to go to
older
Europe.
city.
But
You
if
can
I
just
could go
say
to Europe,
Baltimore
listen,
or
if
like
I could go to
Boston,
Europe,
New
if I could go to
York.
Europe and you look at these buildings and these cathedrals and the amount of the beautiful design, the intricacies on a door handle of just gorgeous, glorious, and there's so much detail and it's beautiful. And now, what do we have now? Buildings that are just flat. They have nothing. The door handle is sort of, you just
we're not
wave
talking
it.
about
No, we
architecture.
are. But we are.
She's about to make her point. She's about to make her point.
And to me, Microsoft.
This is the appetizer. She's about to get to the main dish.
This is the triple dipper right here.
Microsoft is the gorgeous, beautiful architecture of the early 1800s and with all the intricacies. And Apple is these really lame concrete buildings that have no personality, no design, and it is ruining our lives. It's ruining civilization.
Okay,
Not civilization.
I appreciate the beauty of architecture and the intricacies of design and all that thing, but I also appreciate minimalism and kawaii way of living where you don't have a bunch of shit everywhere. You just have clean, slick design, and you have
Yeah, you're all the same. You all look the same.
Look, I don't want
just
new builds everywhere, but I do want time is money. And I think that what Apple did is made things approachable and easy to use and convenient. And yes, we pay for convenience in other ways.
A million
And
updates.
Here's
you have to
here's
update
another
every
thing I
5
wanna say.
seconds.
Yeah, I think Apple is
I mean, I don't love that,
Apple's a
but-
closed-end system, okay, right? You have to buy all Apple products. You have to use the Apple cables. You have to...
Which are changing constantly.
Constantly,
You
yeah.
have to opt into this Apple world that Steve Jobs has like created for you. Microsoft, you can still build your world. That's why gamers love Microsoft. My brother in high school was like building his own computer based on like what he needed. And Courtney, you mentioned affordability, which is a huge piece of this. Like Apple used to be a status symbol growing up. Now a lot more people have them. Obviously, we're talking about the heyday of both of these brands. And I feel like we consider Apple and Microsoft to be like the invention of computers, okay? But Microsoft isn't actually the computer. It's like the software. It's the operating system.
the brain.
But it's
the
hard.
brain.
It's hard. And for me, who's kind of dumb, I do think that Microsoft invented computers because it made it possible. the system made it possible for us to have these computers in our homes because computers were only available to like the Navy. And, or somebody, I don't know,
Allegedly,
military,
systems,
the
military,
and banking, and then Microsoft made it possible. Hey, what if families could have this?
But
and so then they created a
Let's
software.
back up because what's happening at this point now is like, okay, so Steve Jobs and Wozniak came up with this game, this operating system. They come up with the console. And at this point, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates are working together, right?
Yeah.
So the operating system, Windows 95, was what everybody used. So they created their own coding. And that's when Bill Gates was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And that's when the rival like actually started.
Yeah.
And then they were like one person would invent something, they would come out with it. And we first came out with something that changed everything, which was iPod.
Oh my God.
And it was, I remember, oh my God, I had one. I still have it. I kept it because the design is so cute.
What
it's like
color?
this chunky, bright yellow cover.
Cute.
Mine
and
is
white.
green.
Yeah. And
Lime green.
Yeah, it's like a limey yellow. And it was like so cool because I used to have these notebooks like this chunky of CDs that I would just like flip through all the time. And it was like, that was like kind of a status symbol in my school. I like had a collage on the front. And then I remember when I first got my first iPod, it was like flipping through it, touching it. Like it's so much more just about a coding system. It's about the experience when you touch the products. They're so sleek. Like you feel like you're part of the future.
Were you guys ever using, like I had a CD player, like a portable CD player.
Yeah, I was burning CDs.
And I
Yeah,
remember
same.
like listening to, like you could, it's like, so there is something about like going from that where it was just one CD that you had, and then I switched to an MP3 player, which I think mine held like 16 songs that you could pick. And then, you're right. To go to an iPod was kind of crazy.
Do you remember
It's like
that?
having every CD in
You
your
can have
pocket.
like, I know, it's kind of amazing.
Do you remember that little weird one where it was like a little disc? Not a CD,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was like a little
hip
clip.